Here's the English translation of your horror opening. There are places where humans should never set foot, because once you enter, you will no longer be yourself. They say, this house has been abandoned for more than 50 years. Every night whispers echo from within the walls, and someone's eyes follow you from the darkness. No one dares to stay here past midnight, because everyone who tried has vanished. Tonight, I will tell you about the last night of a family who once lived in this house. Turn off the lights and prepare yourself, for the story is about to begin. First is the story, The Whispering House.
Let us in.
A French-style mansion draped in moss, standing on the outskirts of town. Richard, a novelist, eyes the mansion with a mixture of curiosity and unease. Claire, his wife, casts a wary glance at the cloudy windows, apprehension clouding her face. Ethan, their son, shifts nervously, sensing the unsettling aura emanating from the overgrown grounds. In the dead of night, Ethan lies motionless in his bed, his eyes wide and alert in the oppressive darkness. The wind howls, its eerie whistle weaving through the aged walls like spectral whispers. Ethan strains, his heart pounding, as he desperately tries to grasp the elusive whispers, but they dissolve into the void, leaving him alone in silence. A chilling unease creeps over Ethan, as if the very house is alive, its unseen presence bearing down on him. Ethan freezes, every nerve on high alert as he listens intently for any telltale sound. The ominous resonance of heavy footsteps from above shatters the silence, amplifying the dread. He snatches a flashlight, its beam slicing through the suffocating darkness, a beacon in the abyss. With each agonizing creak of the stairs, Ethan ascends, his weight a burden on the fragile steps. A soft, childlike giggle echoes from behind, shattering the tense silence and sending a chill down his spine. The morning light streams into the kitchen, revealing a trail of muddy footprints on the clean floor. The footprints lead directly to a solid wall, a baffling and unsettling discovery. Richard stares at the wall, his face etched with confusion and growing unease. A palpable sense of dread descends as the family confronts the inexplicable mystery. The once familiar kitchen now feels alien, haunted by the enigma of the muddy trail. In the quiet of his bedroom, Ethan meticulously brushes his teeth, unaware of the terror about to unfold. The bathroom lights flicker ominously, casting eerie shadows that dance across the walls. A ghostly woman appears behind Ethan in the mirror, her dark hair obscuring her face, a pale hand reaching through the glass. Ethan screams, his terror echoing through the room as he stumbles backward, knocking over the bathroom stand. The ceramic stand shatters against the tiled floor, the sound piercing the night's silence. Claire and Richard burst into the room, their faces etched with concern, only to find the mirror cracked and the ghostly woman gone. Sunlight floods the town library. Clutches her young daughter's hand, guiding her towards the cold, porcelain abyss of the bathtub. The scene abruptly shifts to the attic, a stark contrast of dark wood and heavy shadows. Margaret's lifeless form hangs suspended, a grim silhouette against the dim light filtering through the attic window. The noose, a cruel symbol of finality, cinches the tragic narrative, sealing Margaret's fate in a haunting tableau of despair. Amidst the night, the Johnsons scramble, their living room transformed into a scene of hurried departure, each movement echoing with unspoken urgency. Suitcases gape open, a chaotic jumble of belongings mirroring their inner turmoil. The air is thick with tension, a palpable fear seizing the Johnson household. In a united front against the unknown, they decide to huddle together, seeking solace in shared space and close proximity. As darkness deepens, the family gathers in one room, seeking refuge from the encroaching dread. Midnight. In the oppressive silence, sharp knocks echo. Richard, cautious, approaches the door, his hand trembling as he reaches for the knob. The door creaks open, revealing nothing but the endless darkness of the hallway. Turning back, he sees crimson words dripping from the ceiling. "You are not allowed to leave." The bedroom lights flicker erratically, casting elongated, dancing shadows that writhe across the walls. Darkness descends, and an unsettling chorus of children's laughter echoes, permeating the silence. In the corner, Margaret materializes, her presence radiating a palpable sense of dread. Margaret's movements are jerky and unnatural as she steps forward, each step amplifying the growing unease. Margaret's eyes gleam with a sinister intent as she advances, her presence a vortex of dread. Margaret's voice drips with dark triumph as she utters the chilling words. "Now you belong to me." Ethan, gripped by an unknown force, is pulled violently into the stark bathroom. The bathtub fills rapidly, the water's roar echoing ominously as it rises. A horrifying vision takes shape. Margaret's ghostly form appears above the tub, spectral hands reaching down. The scene becomes a haunting replay of a terrible crime, unfolding relentlessly before Ethan's eyes. Ethan watches, frozen in terror, as he relives the horrifying events, unable to intervene. In the dust-filled attic, Richard stands motionless, his eyes drawn to the ominous noose dangling before him. A shimmering apparition materializes beside him. It is Margaret, her sorrowful smile beckoning him closer. Her voice echoes softly in the confined space. "Join me, Richard." Her voice carries the promise of eternal solace. "Let us be together forever." Richard remains still, caught between the realms of the living and the beckoning embrace of the spectral Margaret. The attic air hangs heavy, charged with the sorrowful invitation and Richard's agonizing decision. Claire bursts into her room, her chest heaving as she gulps for air. Ethereal children materialize around her, their forms wavering like smoke. Terror grips Claire as she screams, her voice raw with desperation. She desperately searches for an escape, her eyes darting wildly. The spectral figures close in, their presence suffocating. Claire's flight is fueled by pure, unadulterated fear. As dawn breaks, a family huddles together in their living room, their faces etched with a shared trauma. Driven by desperation, they rise and attempt to escape, but the doors remain stubbornly sealed. They rush to the windows, but the glass is unyielding, a silent barrier against their freedom. The house stands defiant, refusing to release them from its unseen grasp, trapping them in a nightmare. The house echoes with an unsettling quiet, the family's absence casting a pall over the empty rooms. Silence pervades, broken only by the subtle creaks of the aging structure. A mantelpiece stands as a lonely sentinel, a silent keeper of memories. A faded photograph captures the Johnson family, their smiles frozen in time, now distorted by age. As if the very stones are holding their breath.
The next story is The Ghost of Blackwood Manor.
Alex travels along a desolate countryside road, the tires creating a hypnotic hum. In the distance, Blackwood Manor emerges, its dark silhouette dominating the horizon. The tires continue to hum, a rhythmic counterpoint to the growing sense of unease. Alex drives on, drawn towards the imposing manor and the secrets it holds. Blackwood Manor looms, a relic of forgotten grandeur, its weathered facade whispering tales of neglect and shadowed secrets. He begins to document the decay, his camera clicking, each shot capturing the manor's haunting beauty and palpable sense of isolation. The lens focuses on peeling paint, the camera capturing the intricate patterns of decay, each crack telling a story of time and abandonment. As Alex delves deeper into the visual exploration of Blackwood Manor, a palpable sense of unease washes over him, the air thick with unspoken histories. He pauses, a shiver running down his spine as the manor's oppressive silence hints at the secrets buried within its walls. Alex steps into Blackwood Manor, where shadows cling to every corner. Dust motes dance in the faint light, painting the air with memories. The scent of decay hangs heavy, a palpable reminder of time's relentless passage. Silence echoes through the vast foyer, amplifying the solitude. The weight of untold stories presses down, palpable in the stillness. Each shadow seems to whisper forgotten secrets, beckoning Alex deeper into the manor's embrace. Alex lifts his camera, meticulously framing the opulent ballroom in a series of photographs. A faint, sorrowful piano melody fills the air, its source a haunting mystery. I pause, my finger hovering over the shutter button, attempting to pinpoint the origin of the spectral music. The melody deepens, wrapping the ballroom in a palpable sense of sorrow and haunting beauty. In the echoing silence of Blackwood Manor, Alex begins the ascent up the staircase. The old wood groans under each step, the sound amplified in the stillness. He continues to climb, drawn by the faint, haunting melody above. Each footfall is a deliberate echo, a rhythm in the otherwise empty manor. The music grows stronger, pulling him further into the heart of the manor's mystery. In the silent hallway of Blackwood Manor, Alex halts abruptly. The lingering notes of music cut short. An imposing portrait of Elara Blackwood dominates the corridor's distant wall, her gaze seemingly following extinguishing the flashlight and swallowing Alex in darkness. Darkness descends, and from a hidden corner of the library, a low, guttural growl reverberates. The unsettling growl echoes, promising unseen horrors lurking just beyond the edge of light. In the dimly lit library of Blackwood Manor, Alex's trembling hand reignites his flashlight, casting a nervous glow across the ancient shelves. The beam dances over aged pages, each word pulling Alex deeper into Elara's haunting tale. His eyes widen, piecing together the fragments of Elara's imprisonment, each revelation heavier than the last. The air grows thick with the scent of old paper and unspoken secrets, pressing in on Alex as he uncovers the truth. In the library of Blackwood Manor, Alex is deeply absorbed in reading. The room takes on an eerie quality as books and artifacts float into the air. An unsettling change occurs as objects are lifted by unseen forces. In his portrait, Silas's eyes gleam with amusement as he seems to smirk. Her spectral presence materializes beside Alex, a ghostly figure emerging from the shadows. A translucent finger points towards a concealed secret within the ancient wall. The melody crescendos, a desperate plea, echoing through the ancient halls as Elara's presence intensifies. The library seems to respond to the music, shadows deepening, and the air growing heavy with unspoken secrets. In the hidden room of Blackwood Manor, Alex discovers a loose stone, a secret concealed for years. Behind the stone, a hidden compartment reveals itself, containing a stack of letters tied with faded ribbon. With a pounding heart, Alex carefully unties the ribbon, the past about to be unveiled. The letters, addressed to Elara in a familiar, loving hand, speak of a truth long buried. Proof surfaces. Elara was not insane. Silas manipulated her, gaslighting her, driving her to the brink of madness. In the desolate attic of Blackwood Manor, dust-filled moonlight exposes the gloom. Elara, weakened by fever and hunger, seeks refuge in the corner. Wrapped tightly in a worn blanket, the heavy wooden door slowly creaks open, revealing Silas as a dark, foreboding figure. Silas's cold indifference chills the air. Still alive, I see. In the dimly lit library of Blackwood Manor, Alex sits absorbed in the diary, the silence broken only by the crackling fire. His finger traces the chilling final sentence, revealing a tale of abandonment and despair. The narrator's voice echoes in the stillness. He left me to die in the attic, calling it a merciful release. The weight of the words hangs heavy in the air, filling the room with a palpable sense of sorrow and betrayal. A scream pierces the silence, shaking the ancient library. Silas's vengeful spirit manifests as a vortex of raw spectral energy. The vortex pulses violently, a beacon of unrestrained fury. The painting of Silas begins to ripple, the canvas distorting in anticipation. Silas's spirit is inexorably drawn toward his painted prison. With a final surge, Silas is absorbed, the portrait swallowing his essence whole. In the Blackwood Manor library, a painting erupts in unnatural flames, consuming Silas's essence. The canvas rises as the inferno intensifies, devouring Silas's form within its fiery embrace. Silas's agonizing shriek echoes through the library, a final, desperate cry lost in the blaze. The scream abruptly ceases, the silence broken only by the crackling and hissing of the unnatural fire. The library is consumed by the fire, leaving only the sound of the devouring flames. The fire dwindles, its last embers fading into the charred remains of the hearth. The intense cold that gripped Blackwood Manor slowly dissipates, giving way to an eerie stillness, a quiet, diminishes, her outline blurring as she transcends the mortal realm. The last notes of her piano performance linger, a haunting echo in the silent library. Silence descends, broken only by the lingering memory of Elara's radiant presence. As dawn breaks, Alex emerges from Blackwood Manor, leaving its shadow behind. The first rays of sunlight kiss the hill, signaling a new beginning. Blackwood Manor stands silently, its menacing aura now faded into the morning light. Alex pauses and takes a deep breath of the crisp morning air, leaving the manor behind. With newfound resolve, Alex walks away from the manor and disappears over the horizon. Alex begins his journey as dawn breaks over the silent countryside. The car speeds along the country road. Blackwood Manor recedes into the distance. In the rearview mirror, Blackwood Manor stands serene. The manor appears peaceful, bathed in the dim red glow of the safe light. Alex stands in his dark room, the air thick with anticipation. He gently agitates a tray of developing solution, his focus absolute. An image slowly emerges from the depths, the haunting visage of Elara. Alex lifts the print from the solution, a mixture of awe and longing in his eyes. He holds it up to the safe light, studying every delicate detail of Elara's face. The haunting image of Elara captures Alex completely. Sunlight streams through the high windows of the archives, casting an ethereal glow on the scene as Alex settles into work. He immerses himself in the sea of aged documents and books, determined to find the truth. Amidst the silence, Alex pauses, his brow furrowed in thought, as he transcribes notes into his worn, leather-bound journal. Each fragment brings him closer to uncovering the enigmatic life of Elara Blackwood. In the hushed concert hall, a lone pianist commands the stage, bathed in a gentle spotlight. His fingers dance across the keys, imbuing Elara's music with life. The melody, a poignant blend of beauty and sorrow, fills every corner of the hall. In the audience, Alex sits with eyes closed, lost in the music's embrace. The music resonates deeply within him, stirring a complex mix of emotions. Each note strikes a chord within Alex's soul, evoking memories and longings. In the documentary studio, soft light casts a contemplative shadow over Alex as he prepares to unravel a dark secret. He clutches a worn folder, its contents hinting at the tragic fate of Elara Blackwood. A somber determination settles over Alex as he begins to share his findings. "I've gathered evidence that reveals the truth about Elara Blackwood's death," Alex begins, his voice tinged with melancholy. He adds, "It's a story far more complex and heartbreaking than anyone imagined." The studio holds its breath, ready to unearth the secrets of Blackwood Manor. Blackwood Manor looms, its dark facade a stark reminder of past sorrows. A weathered historical marker stands as a silent testament to Elara Blackwood's plight, the inscription detailing Elara's story, a haunting narrative etched in stone. The stone bears witness to the injustice suffered in Blackwood Manor. The marker commemorates Elara Blackwood.
The next story is The Curse of Hollow Creek.
Hollow Creek appears, nestled deep within the Appalachian Mountains. The town bears the heavy mark of neglect, its structures cloaked in the relentless embrace of nature. The air hangs thick with an unspoken dread, permeating every corner of the forsaken landscape. A weathered sign looms, bearing the stark, haunting epitaph, Hollow Creek, Pop 147. Most houses stand boarded up, their windows like vacant eyes, hinting at a once thriving community. The town slowly succumbs to decay and abandonment, its vibrant past fading into the shadows of neglect. Emily arrives at her grandmother's dilapidated house, a stark testament to time's relentless passage. The peeling paint and overgrown yard whisper stories of neglect and fading memories. Grandmother, frail and coughing, stands on the porch, a silhouette of resilience against the decaying backdrop. The interior is a dimly lit realm of cluttered memories and dancing dust motes. The air hangs heavy with the scent of decay and stale memories, a palpable reminder of time's passage. Emily forces a smile, her apprehension masked as she approaches her grandmother, stepping into a world of fading echoes. Under the forest's pale moonlight, a farmer kneels beside his fallen horse. The horse lies still at the edge of the woods, its unnatural stillness a grim testament. Its eyes, rolled back to reveal only whites, reflect the moon's eerie glow. A grotesque grin contorts its mouth, a macabre mockery of life's vitality. Rustling leaves break the silence, suggesting an unseen presence lurking in the darkness. A palpable threat emanates from the unseen, heightening the horror of the scene. Emily writhes in the throes of a nightmare, her body a canvas of tormented sleep. A dark, grotesque hand descends, pressing against Emily's chest, stealing her breath. A raspy voice echoes through the darkness, chilling Emily to her core. Emily. The unseen narrator whispers Emily's name, intensifying the dread. In the serene church, Father Grant stands as a beacon of solemnity before Emily's anxious family. Sunlight filters through the stained glass, casting an ethereal glow on the scene, highlighting the gravity of the moment. He raises ancient texts, their brittle pages filled with cryptic symbols, revealing the depth of the impending darkness. Father Grant warns, despair. Under the bleak moonlight, Emily stands at the entrance of the forsaken coal mine. Crimson markings flare across her skin, pulsing ominously beneath the lunar glow. Her eyes transform into abyssal pools of solid black, devoid of light. A chilling smile creeps across Emily's face, a sinister herald of her completed metamorphosis. The transformation is complete. Under the cloak of night, Emily wanders Hollow Creek's deserted streets, her movements disturbingly unnatural. As she passes, streetlights flicker and die, casting long, eerie shadows. Dogs howl in terror, their primal instincts sensing the approaching darkness. A child screams, fleeing into his house, a stark testament to the terror gripping the town. Inside the dilapidated house, a family's panic fills every corner as they hurriedly gather their possessions. Furniture lies overturned, shattered glass glitters under a dim light, casting long shadows of despair. Each member moves with frantic energy, united by a shared dread as they prepare to abandon their home. The air is thick with the unspoken fear of what might come, their faces etched with the weight of their desperate decision. With final glances at the house, they carry their meager belongings, ready to flee Hollow Creek and the horrors it holds. Flickering candlelight casts long shadows across the church, illuminating faces etched with fear and resolve. Emily is bound tightly to the altar, the coarse ropes cutting cruelly into her skin. Crosses and holy books are scattered around Emily, desperate talismans against the encroaching darkness. Outside, the storm rages, its fury mirroring the chaos and dread within the church walls. Emily's voice pierces the night. You think you can hold me here? Only blood can set me free. Darkness descends as every candle in the church is extinguished. Lightning flashes, momentarily revealing Emily's monstrous transformation. Terror grips the townspeople as their faces are briefly illuminated by the storm's fury. The darkness intensifies, punctuated only by the violent flashes of lightning that expose the horror within. Emily's silhouette is stark against the brief, violent light, a beacon of monstrous change. The townspeople's eyes widen in collective fear as the storm outside mirrors the chaos within. Inside the church, Emily's scream pierces the sacred silence, a sound of pure agony. A swirling vortex of black smoke erupts from Emily's mouth, a terrifying omen. The smoke coalesces, taking shape as a towering demon, its form a nightmare made real. The demon's eyes blaze with malevolent red light, promising eternal torment. Its claws, long and jagged, glint ominously, ready to tear and rend. A palpable evil fills the church, suffocating and absolute, as the demon's presence dominates. A man, face contorted with terror, dashes toward the heavy oak doors, seeking escape from the unholy presence. A grotesque demon erupts from the shadows, claws extended, its speed defying nature as it closes in on its prey. The demon snatches the man, dragging him back into the suffocating darkness between the pews, hope extinguished. A sickening crack echoes through the sacred space as bones shatter under the demon's immense power. A spray of blood stains the polished wood of the pews, a horrifying crimson testament to the brutality unleashed. The remaining townspeople erupt in screams, their faces masks of pure, unadulterated terror as they witness the carnage. Within the ancient church, Father Grant raises the cross, his voice a beacon of faith against encroaching darkness. Suddenly, his voice cracks, a chilling rasp tearing through the sacred silence. His eyes, once filled with holy light, now blaze with an infernal red. The holy man and the unholy presence wage war within him, a battle etched upon his face. Father Grant, in a final act of desperation, raises the stake high above Emily. With a surge of strength, he plunges the holy wooden stake into Emily's chest. Emily's scream echoes through the church as black blood erupts from the wound. The demon howls, twisting into the storm, and then vanishes into the ether. Emily's body slumps to the floor, her face now peaceful in death. Silence descends upon Hollow Creek as dawn breaks, casting long shadows across the deserted church. A horrifying message begins to materialize on the church wall, written in fresh, dripping blood. The ominous words, "I will return," materialize, scrawled in vivid crimson against the ancient stone. The camera lingers on the chilling message, amplifying the sense of unease and lingering dread. The chilling message confirms the curse is far from over, casting a pall of fear over Hollow Creek.
The story has ended, but the dream has just begun. Don't forget to like and follow so you don't miss the next part.